front row of the grid for the Junior TKM O-Plate is a rerun of the Elite Final. It's Abbie Pulling and Spencer Stevenson on the front row, with Kurt Roberts and James Pashley on the second, from Rob Wellham and Theo Hesketh. Then it's Joe Taylor, Zach Taylor, Joe Fowler and Zach Oates to make a Joe and Zach fourth and fifth row. Here we go, and a great start already from the E-Plate, trying to make the way forward. Abbie Pulling drops down to third position again. That's the second race in a row she's done that today, but already it's Spencer Stevenson who's hit the front and he's charging forward. Cracking start.
Pashley through to second place. Abbie Pulling still there third, looking up the inside, can't make the move yet. Slightly smaller grid, or smaller grid than it was in the earlier Elite Final, but still the same quality throughout. It's Stevenson that leads from Pashley. Pulling, that looks like, is that Ross Steele there in fourth place, maybe Rob Wellham in fifth.
Here they come, and it is going to be a good battle in this one if Abbie Pulling can get onto the back of James Pashley once again.
Kurt Roberts it is in fourth, beg your pardon, with Wellham, and then Deal in behind them. So Ross Deal with a bit of work to do. Kurt Roberts looking up the inside of Pulling. She looks up the inside of Pashley, makes the move.
Oh, contact! That's the 19 that's gone into the barriers there, Joe Taylor. And who's that that's gone with?
Rob Wellham.
That's
with him.
Rob Wellham. What a disastrous end to his weekend. So Taylor and Wellham come together, contact then into Stowe at the beginning of the second lap, and their chances of winning the O-Plate is gone. Let's watch again. This is Abbie Pulling making the move on Pashley. Roberts tries to go with, but can't get the move done. We're only going to see the aftermath. Look, Taylor's already clattered together on the back of Wellham's kart, and they just end up having a one-way collision with the barriers. What a disaster. So the racing is going to continue on here. Here we go, Abbie Pulling in the lead of the race. Now, this is potentially history about to be made here by Abbie Pulling. She won the earlier Elite Final, don't forget. Nobody in the history of British karting at the TKM Festival has ever won the Elite Final and the O-Plate in the same weekend. And I don't think, Alan, any girl has ever won a British Open Championship either.
We're not aware of any girl winning, certainly the Junior TKM British Open title. I don't think a girl has won a British Open title at all, Jake, but I stand to be corrected. If you know different, then let us know. But we think this is definitely history in the making here, because nobody, girl or otherwise, has ever won the Junior TKM Elite Final and the British Open Championship on the same weekend.
There goes Roberts.
Through to third, Pashley down to fourth.
Yeah, English E-Plate holder Kurt Roberts up to third position. Now the battle for fifth is speeding up a pace. That's Joe Fowler up into P5 on the 3-plate as they work their way through derricks.
Joe Fowler, first appearance in the Junior TKM category this season. He moved categories at the end of the last season, incorrectly in my view. I've made that very widely known. That was a mistake. He's been racing Junior X30 and frankly has had a miserable season so far.
Oh, that's the 60 about to lose a spot, maybe even two spots as they come off the turn, 3 wide together. That's Theo Hesketh in the mix of the battle. Ross Steele is in amongst that lot as well as they come through down the inside line. It's the 99 that takes the place though. Ross Steele tries to get on the inside, so a good move from Zach Taylor. He gets to the front of that queue with Theo Hesketh and Ross Steele challenging him, but a very nice move from the 99 as he comes up into P6 behind the 3 of Joe Fowler. I'm getting used to saying Joe Fowler in this race. It hasn't happened for a while.
That's true. Abbie Pulling out front with Stevenson in behind. It's pretty much as you were in the earlier Junior Elite Final. Once again, as I said before, Spencer Stevenson on my radar. He's already penned in as one to watch to win the British Championship title in this class next year, but he will have to race against Abbie Pulling because she's still pretty young, Jake. I think she's only, 14, so still got at least another year in juniors before she moves up to senior karts. Abbie Pulling, senior kart, not cars.
You are determined that she doesn't move to cars.
To
be fair, I agree with you. We've got so many talented racing drivers who probably could have made the step up to Formula One if they hadn't made the jump from karts to cars at the age of 14 or even 15. I think that's too early. You've got so many incredible drivers in this field, and particularly someone of the talent of Abbie Pulling. She is going to be absolute fodder for a decent sponsor if she's got several titles behind her at the age of 16. She has the potential, in my view, not just in terms of talent, but in terms of credence, to go all the way to Formula One and maybe even to the likes of IndyCar in America, to the Le Mans 24 Hours. I genuinely cannot think of another woman in past, present, or potentially even future so far who has the ability to be a race winner in any category she puts her mind to, like Abbie Pulling does.
No doubt about it, but of course we want her to stay in karts until she's at least 35.
Well, she could win multiple championships up to that point, of course. She could become the most decorated female racing driver in British karting history. Here they come, though. Spencer Stevenson still charging after Abbie Pulling, who leads the way on the cusp of history. If she stays there, Abbie Pulling, she could potentially be the first driver in British history to win the TKM Festival Elite Final and O-Plate in the same meeting. That would be an incredible achievement. Here comes Kurt Roberts, though, trying to chase them both down.
And in the same season, she's leading the British Championship by 17 points. She could go on to win that as well. She was the winner of the Mary Wheeler Trophy at the British Women's Racing Driver Club last year. I'm pretty sure if she goes on to win the British Championship, and even if she doesn't but wins this today, that will be enough to win that trophy again for a second season in a row. She is the top female driver in any form of motorsport at the moment. There is nobody that touches her.
Well, there's a good battle cooking up behind these four for 5th position. I think that's still Joe Fowler battling away now with, I think, Zach Taylor. The 99 has come up onto the back of him and is now challenging for that P5. So those two are scrapping away. We'll watch as the top 4 goes through. James Pashley trying to stay in touch. In fact, that is Zach Taylor now in front of the 3-plate of Joe Fowler. So he's got through into P5. Still these 3 up in front, though. Pulling, Stevenson, Roberts. James Pashley, the number 9, second in the British Championship currently. Still trying to stay in touch with these 3 at the moment. He just doesn't seem to have the legs.
Yeah, working really hard though, isn't he? You can see Stevenson and Roberts looks like it's...
Stevenson runs wide. That is an opportunity. Oh, Roberts goes over the top of him. Oh my goodness. Roberts goes over the top of Spencer Stevenson in the final turn. And that is a very dramatic moment. Well, Roberts is out of the car. Is Stevenson okay? It looks okay.
Be a Battenberg flag out for that, I'm sure. He's rolling his head round Spencer Stevenson.
Watch it again.
Just checking that his head is still on.
Stevenson runs wide. Look, Roberts makes the move, goes for it, and look at the ferocity of that incident.
His head against
Head
the
first
barrier.
into the tyre barrier for Stevenson. Thank goodness he looks okay.
Full weight of the cart on Spencer Stevenson's neck drags his head across the top of the barrier, but fortunately, can tell you, he is okay.
Well, that is an amazing shunt. I've never seen anything quite so ferocious as that, where 2 drivers have walked away. As Fowler now goes, oh my goodness, another big incident. Now that is him on the 60. That's Theo Hesketh. So we've lost Stevenson and Roberts, and now Fowler and Hesketh have come together, and it looks to me as though Theo Hesketh is in a bad way. Let's have a look at it up the inside. Fowler makes a good move. Let's look. Look, Hesketh defends. Now Fowler throws it up the inside. I'm not sure Hesketh thought he was going to be there. Oh!
I think you should see him, really. I think Joe Fowler is well alongside. He should give him the room.
That's a big
Just
shot.
Continue turning in. And
that was a big speed as well. And that, I think he went over the top of his hands there in that one. Last lap, as James Pashley is caught right up to the back of Abbie Pulling as a result of that. There's a long way back to 3rd position. That is now the battle between Strong, Taylor, Butterworth and co. But it looks as though James Pashley is going to have one last chance at Abbie Pulling, and surely that's got to come into Kim Bolton out of the laser straight. They go down TKM, up towards Kestrel. James Pashley's determined. I've got to get her. I've got to get her. Into the left-hander through Kestrel. Abbie Pulling will be nailed to that inside line. Beautifully done, Abbie. No chance for Pashley. And the first driver in history to win the Elite Final and the O-Plate in the same weekend is Abbie Pulling. Absolutely amazing. That is world class, never mind British class. Congratulations, Abbie Pulling. You have just made history. James Pashley in 2nd. It's Archie Strong who comes home 3rd, just in front of Zach Taylor. Great run from Archie Strong in the end. Butterworth is 5th, and Theo Edgerton is 6th, with Edgerton and Pashley tying for the fastest lap, down to the 100th of a second. Absolutely amazing, but Pulling is a history maker.
Bit of a bump, unfortunately, between Stevenson and Kurt Roberts, so gave you a bit of a chance to come through then, Archie.
Yeah, everything came together in the end of the weekend.
Because, I mean, you started on the 7th row of the grid, so that really was quite a result for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't stop pushing till the last lap.
Obviously, when that accident happened, which you must have seen right in front of you, quite a spectacular one as well, you must suddenly have thought, blimey, there's a bit of a chance for me here.
Yeah, I thought, well, I've got a chance of winning this now, so yeah, I just tried pushing as hard as possible.
And you nearly got there.
Yeah, I needed one more lap and I was there, so it's just really annoying.
Okay, well done to you, a good drive. And Abbie, well, what can we say? Tremendous drive. You must have suddenly looked behind you and thought, where's everyone gone?
Well, I knew that I had to keep consistent again from the start, and Spencer behind me, and then going into the last corner halfway through the race, he just disappeared, and I saw a blue and white nose cone behind me, and I assumed it was Kurt, and then I didn't have enough time to look who it was, and it was Pashley, and then yeah, and just had to make sure he was behind me till the time it went down.
So did you back off then when you got that big lead, or was he really catching you?
No, he was really catching me. I'd like to say thank you to my dad for mechanicking me, Code and Helmets, Alan Turney for the great event, and everyone at Maxis, and also my granddad for coming to always watch me.
Cheer you on. Now, we always have a special award at these events, and we've always said that if someone managed to win both of the titles, then that was going to be undoubtedly someone who would take home the Bernie Turner Memorial Award. So Alan now should hopefully present you with the Bernie Turner Memorial Award for an outstanding achievement. And it's a bit like Crackerjack, so you've got to hold everything now in your hands. So well done, Abbie.
Congratulations to Abbie Pulling. Join us after the break for the O-Plate for the TKM Extreme Class and the TKM Clubman result.